God does not have a plan for your life. I am philosophically opposed. SSPX, excommunicated, still adjusting to with being Catholic. Yeah, so become a nun. Yay! That needs to change. I actually had depression yesterday. It is my hell on earth. I absolutely love. What is your favorite person in the Bible? My parents are getting a divorce and I'm getting so much anxiety. I hug you, I just hold you and cry with you. These evangelical heresies are toxic. I love you so much too.
What if I made up my mind to rely on you? I thought I wanted it easy, but easy never needed you.
Hey guys, it's Lizzie. So this is going to be a glorified Q&A about mania, depression, my way too blunt and honest college advice, that your boyfriend cheated on you, vocation, bipolar depression, and energy. How do you keep up with your responsibilities? Not excited to graduate college. Do you worship outside of church, and how does that look like? Is moving out to live on their own, where would you eventually want to settle down? Also, this is a sponsored video. I worked with FabFitFun on a video last fall, which I'll link below. I actually really love this company though. The last video I made, so that was the winner box, and then I actually bought another winner box with my own money, and I distributed a ton of the presents to my friends for Christmas. And so the presents in these boxes are so good for gifting to people. Because they're a big company and buy everything wholesale, they're able to give you $250 worth of products for only $50. And you can use my discount code Lizzie10 to get $10 off your first box. So this is so cute. So how this works, if you didn't watch the last video, I'm gonna open one item from the box and then answer one question and then go back and forth. First, like last time, there's a HelloFresh gift card. And when you order the box, you can completely customize the products that you want in it so specifically. So we're gonna start more chill and then advance into the intense. Foggy Mint Girl, what is your favorite book of the Bible? I'm absolutely obsessed with the Psalms, and as someone who's bipolar and has extreme emotions, I felt so understood all of growing up reading the Psalms. David would be sobbing, so upset, heartbroken, passionate, amazing. You know what I mean? Every type of emotion ever so intense towards God, and so reading through the Psalms taught me how to pray and taught me how to know myself and relate to God and feel emotionally. What is your favorite person in the Bible besides Jesus? The way Paul conveys so much encouragement, the way he is so cheery and joyful and stoked on life and encouraging when he's suffering in prison and about to die. He never complains. He's just thankful the entire time and pouring light into all of the Christians and all of us after who have read his words. He's just the strongest, most inspiring person. Be happy, be present. It kind of looks like one of those aromatherapy machines. They gave me Unplug Happy. Oh, it's good. This tastes like orange juice. Yes, it's working. I love its subtle light. Yay, so I'm so excited. My roommate who moved out took the aromatherapy, it wasn't mine. So I'm so happy that I have my own now. I'm not excited to graduate college because I'm ending way burned out. What tips would you give me to make my last weeks of college more memorable and not gloomy? You can have amazing, memorable times with your friends after you graduate. A lot of people talk about college like it's the best time of your life. You live with all your friends. It's this amazing experience. And it is. I love my college years, but I love that it's over because it's so intense and stressful and so many activities and classes and people and you're never sleeping. It's just too much. But to make it less awful, don't procrastinate. Don't put things off until the last minute. Be proactive, get things done, make a schedule. Then you can just study next to friends and spend breaks hanging out with the people you love and not being as stressed. I loved school so much growing up, but once you get out and you don't constantly study, have homework and deadlines and no sleep. It's so refreshing. Graduating. No more baggage. I depuffing gel. Since end of college or all of college is so stressful and sleep depriving, this is perfect to help you feel beautiful and to take care of yourself. Ryan Sprouge00. Are there things you're still adjusting to with being Catholic? Yeah, there are still things that make me emotionally uncomfortable, even if intellectually I agree with them. Currently, I'm really striving, asking God in prayer to understand the concept of giving up things sacrificially, of fasting from food or from anything in your life, making yourself uncomfortable. I don't understand it at all. I disagree with it vehemently, but I'm trying so hard to understand it. Growing up, so in late high school, I would pray, God change me all the way to be the most Christ-like, even if it's really, really painful. So I prayed that prayer. I was willing to go through so much pain and heartbreak in order to be changed all the way. But I wasn't intentionally going out of my way to deprive myself. My holdup is that in bipolar, I deal with extreme suffering. It's purgatory. It is my hell on earth. To comprehend that anyone would intentionally want to feel 1% of that is offensive and makes me angry because of how horror and hell my experience is. The next product in the box is a water bottle! Oh my gosh. I don't think you guys know, because you're not in my life, how obsessed I am with water. I absolutely love drinking water. And with Trevor, I actually text him to remind him to drink water, and we'll be on the phone and he'll be like, I'm drinking water right now. And I'll be like, oh my gosh, it makes me so happy. You're loving me by drinking water, just because health is so important to me. Do you feel that you are called to marriage and being a mother? I am philosophically opposed to the concept of being called or vocation, at least how it was defined and understood within the Protestant evangelical communities I was a part of. I made a video back when I was a freshman in college, when I was a baby, 18. God does not have a plan for your life.
So whenever I'm having a conversation with a Christian, I always end up hearing a lot of,
it's all in God's plan for you. Don't worry, God is in control. I've just been praying that God will reveal his plan for my life. Just trust in God's plan for your life.
I never say these things because I do not believe that God is in control of my actions or that he has a specific plan for my life or anyone else who's alive right now. I believe that Jeremiah 29:11 is the most misused verse in the Bible.
The prosperity gospel has seeped into a lot of churches, and people are obsessed with this specific career and partner and everything. I don't think it's about the specifics of the life plan, but the posture of your heart in how you're choosing and how you're living. And I stand by this Bible verse in 1 Thessalonians 5. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances. This is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. So basically it's saying that the will for our lives, God's plan for our lives, is to always be thankful, like Paul. Pray constantly for everything. Bring everything before God's throne. Give thanks constantly to God. Thousands of options of how to live for God. I could be single my whole life and so happy and flourish and know God. And I could marry Trevor and serve God and be so sacrificial in that role. But I could also become a nun. I could adopt children. I could marry someone else. Like, there's so many options of how God's will could be manifested in my life. Seminarians, priests, lifelong Catholics, let me know if vocation in Catholicism is completely different than what I'm talking about. But even if it is, I genuinely believe that prosperity gospel, American exceptionalism is seeping into even Catholic churches. You know, these evangelical heresies are becoming so pervasive and toxic. Bath item, champagne charcoal scrub. Hi guys, so I have been using the charcoal exfoliant in the shower the past few days. First of all, I love this rose gold. I feel more peaceful when I'm taking care of my body. Face masks, lotions, stuff like that, which is in the box. I love it. I've been using it on my back, my feet, elbows, armpits, just anywhere that gathers more sweat. And I've also used it on my face and I find it really good. Any tips for bipolar depression and energy? Finding energy or energy boosting tips. How do you keep up with your responsibilities? I actually had depression yesterday. I was so unmotivated, low energy. I just could not get productive and start doing my YouTube stuff, and I didn't leave my apartment and I just hung out in my bed. But what completely turned around my mood and got me to start being productive is I left the house and I took a 2-mile walk. It's been scientifically proven that just taking steps, walking around, automatically helps to alleviate some depression. While talking to my boyfriend on the phone for 2 hours, and combined interacting with someone who's so happy and fun, and going outside, walking around, physical activity, also listening to music. Those 3 things help me so much. Do not isolate yourself from other people. If you feel low energy, not productive, you don't feel that many emotions, you need to be around other people who are joyful and excited and passionate. Also, I had depression all of last week, which is why I wasn't uploading. So sometimes it's just a disability and you need to give grace to yourself and love yourself through it, not grow a negative self-esteem, but know that God loves you unconditionally and your worth is not in your output. But you have to get out of bed, walk outside, and I promise that you will feel better. But also go on medication. I had to quit my YouTube channel for several months in college when I was in depression because I refused to be medicated. The next item in the FabFitFun box, Jump Rope by 11 Venus. Venus Williams was the first African-American tennis star to be ranked #1 in the world. 4 Olympic gold medals. Okay, this person is super famous. Oh my! This is really hard. Like, I already feel my heart rate just from that. It's like they know what I need. So I recommend getting a jump rope. I'm literally out of breath. Doing cardio is one of the most important things to get you out of depression. Maya A. Jane, do you worship outside of church, and how does that look like? As in worshiping with music or maybe writing a poem, etc. I love you, by the way. I love you so much too. So for most of my life, I've spent more time worshiping God or doing God time outside of church than inside church. Just because I've always been so thirsty for more and more of God, and so I felt that going to church once or twice a week was not enough. So I always wanted to just sing by myself. I would write songs to God, journal out prayers, read my Bible, annotate my Bible, pray out loud. I think I started praying by writing out prayers in elementary and middle school. Writing out prayers and taking sermon notes in my journal and writing down questions or thoughts on the Bible in my journal, then reading it over, analyzing. So yes, and yes, I have my guitar over here too, and that is part of why I learned to play guitar, because I can play music and sing to God, and it's so fun to do worship time like that. The main way I view scripture is to reorient the way I'm viewing God, and then to tell me how to live, how to change what I'm doing or what I'm doing wrong. And so I'm super confrontational to myself, and anytime I read a Bible verse, I'm thinking of something I did that needs to change. And then when I pray, it's just super extemporaneously, and I tell God everything that's troubling me, what I'm excited about, what I want to know more about, questions, concerns I have in understanding theology. Another product, body lotion. I'm so excited how the vibe of this box, it's very calming, refreshing, skincare, treat yourself rather than a ton of makeup, you know? My parents are getting a divorce and I'm getting so much anxiety. My depression is up the roof. I don't even want to get out of bed. I thought I was going to be okay. I don't even know what to do anymore. Any advice? So kind of the advice I gave for the depression question, for mental health, just walking around and being with people to distract you. Just cry out to God and pray and pray and cry and journal all of your emotions and hurt and anger and confusion. And I think the most important thing is to remember that none of this is your fault. Nothing you did or didn't do would have changed this situation. It is all between your parents. Be self-aware in the future that this will have really detrimental effects in how you view love.
Am I the product of a problem that I couldn't change? Got his eyes, got her hair, so do I get their mistakes?
I will only include this if my boyfriend allows me to, but his parents were divorced when he was in elementary school, and it affects the way he views relationships, and it's something we have to work through, even though it was so long ago for him. I'm about to cry because I hate so much thinking of him as a child and how much that just scars children and destroys families. Every single child deserves to be raised by both of their biological parents, and to just have them as such an example of unity and love and leadership. And so when that gets destroyed, I love you so much. I wish I could hug you and just hold you and cry with you.
I'm just so scared. You're who I'll be when I hear up.
There are 3 different songs that I super recommend in helping you feel understood that are about divorce. One of them is called DNA by Lia Marie Johnson.
No, I won't be like you. Fighting back, I'm fighting back the truth. Whatever I did, I would take it all back. I'd circle the world for you, Mom and Dad. Tell me what must I do to deserve your love? Sometimes I would hear them screaming when they thought that I was sleeping. They just fight about whatever. I don't know if they ever had a reason. Am I the product of a proud
Foggy Mountain Girl, where would you eventually want to settle down? I've moved around a lot growing up. We lived in Indiana, Ohio, Florida, and then I moved to California to go to Pepperdine University, and I've lived in LA for 2 years past that. So I absolutely love California. I never really was a fan of any of the places we lived. I kind of thought that I just didn't like the US because of where I lived, but I feel so at home in California. So ideally I'd want to live here, but I'm in a long distance relationship with my boyfriend, and it honestly depends where he gets a job and wants to start his career. I love moving. I'm not attached to any places. I can do my YouTube channel career from literally anywhere. So it's kind of a mystery and surprise, and I mean, you guys will come along on the journey and see where I end up. QUA, my girl, Australia. Oh, they gave me sunglasses. Oh my gosh, you guys don't understand. Every single pair of sunglasses I get, I break. I was literally thinking yesterday how I wish I could have sunglasses. Oh, I'm so happy because you know how the sunglasses that are in style right now, the little ones that sit on the tip of your nose, I would have been so mad if they gave me those sunglasses. What do you guys think? I really like these. I love sunglasses that cover your eyebrows. What would you do if you heard from your friend that your boyfriend cheated on you, and when you asked him, he denied everything but then breaks up with you? I have never been cheated on, but I have known people who have been cheated on. Absolutely devastating, the worst betrayal, so much intent. I would cry and cry and cry and cry and cry, but I recommend a Little Mix song, and it's called Told You So. It's not patronizing though, it just sounds patronizing.
Have you been crying again? Just give it some time, breathe out. Girl, just don't know tonight. I got wine and they got wise. I'll hold you, I'll hold you. We can put the kettle on. Talk about how he's not the one. I told you, but I'm never gonna say I told you so.
But it's just a friend supporting a friend who's going through a really toxic breakup. So I think that song could really help you. A leave-in conditioner from Olahi Hair Care, and this is actually perfect timing because I've been curling my hair a ton. I'm kind of getting insecure about my hair. It's growing out so long, my natural hair, and I've been bleaching my hair blonde since I was 16. So I've just been letting it grow out because I'm scared to dye it blonde from the top because I haven't done that since May of 2017. So I don't want to go all blonde, but my hair is getting all natural too dark. So when I curl it, there's blonde pieces throughout more. So anyways, to take care of my hair, I can use this so my hair doesn't get destroyed. What advice do you have for someone like me who's moving out to live on their own for the first time and dealing with a lot of stress? Vince for Legend, long time subscriber, you've been here for forever. So I have been living on my own in LA with roommates since September 2017, so for a year and a half. The most important thing is budgeting and not spending money all the time. The way people waste the most money is by going out to eat at restaurants, getting coffee, going to bars, buying alcohol. I think that it's really fulfilling and really important to sometimes treat yourself or to go out with your friends. But a majority of your food should be homemade. Try to cook as much of your food as possible. My weekly grocery bill from Trader Joe's can be $25 to $35. I am vegan and absolutely love cooking, and actually my next video is going to be how to go vegan for Lent. So if you want to know how to cook vegan and eat like me, definitely watch that video. The other thing that I recommend is never use your AC. Air conditioning bills can be so expensive, and so just buy one of those fan turntables that blows wind like that, or just a regular fan and not AC, and you'll save hundreds of dollars. Even our heat, we don't use that much. I have 5 layers of blankets here rather than using the heat and spending more on bills. Also, when it comes to saving money and budgeting, I super recommend this YouTube channel and blog called Fun, Cheap, or Free, and the YouTuber is named Jordan. My sister actually introduced me to her, but she's a mom of 6 kids, and her family is so organized with food budget, laundry, how to spend leisure time. And so if she can do it with 6 kids, we can all be exemplary, organized, and financially responsible. So I'll link that below and up here. And then if you're moving to a new city and trying to meet people and make friends, I met all of my friends at my church. So these were a ton of questions I answered, and those were all the products in the FabFitFun box. I genuinely love this brand and feel so happy and honored they want to work with my channel, and I have it linked below, and use my coupon code Lizzie10 so you can get it for just $40, $250 for $40, and make sure to customize the products. And I hope you guys feel as refreshed and loved and taken care of as I do with all of these products. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!